House Democrats' January 6th committee hearings are continuing to air new evidence about how Donald Trump worked to change the outcome of the 2020 election, even as fewer Americans are tuning in to the drama. Several officials that came under pressure from the former president to find evidence of voter fraud testified this week about what they witnessed. Arizona's Republican Speaker of the House, Rusty Bowers, described what happened when Trump called him and asked him to dig further into unfounded claims of fraud in Arizona.
And I refused. I said, up to that time, the circus, I called it a circus, had been brewing with lots of demonstrations, both at the counting center, at the Capitol, and other places. And I didn't want to have that in the House. I did not feel that the evidence, granted in its absence, merited a hearing, and I didn't want to be used as a pawn.
Shay Moss testified that she became the target of threats and harassment after Trump falsely accused her of committing voter fraud in her role as a Georgia elections worker.
It's turned my life upside down. I no longer give out my business card. I don't transfer calls. I don't want anyone knowing my name.
And the committee played part of a recorded conversation between Trump and Georgia's Secretary of State, in which Trump asked for help in padding his vote margin.
So, look, all I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have, because we won the state.
The committee has signaled it next plans to look at how Trump pressured Department of Justice officials to go along with his plans. Those hearings continue even though many voters are tuning out. A Politico Morning Consult poll showed 42% of voters had heard very little or nothing at all about what happened during the first set of the committee's hearings. While roughly 20 million people tuned in to the first January 6th hearing in prime time, that number has dropped by about half for the hearings that came after, which have been held during the day. Polling has consistently shown that the country is pretty evenly split on how they view the committee's work, and that most Americans are more concerned about inflation than what happened on January 6th. Sarah Westwood for the Washington Examiner.